Hi students, I am Deepak Bhavor from New Catholic Mission School, Jhabwa. Dear students, today I welcome you to this English class. We are going to study a poem today, the second poem of the First Flight book. The name of the poem is Fire and Ice. The poem is written by Robert Frost. Dear students, you may be imagining or just thinking, why fire and ice together? The sense we are going to study, the concept we are going to study, you will come to know after studying this poem what does it symbolize, because this whole poem is symbolizing. So, the introduction of the poem is, the line says the entire poem is about love, equality, mutual understanding and sympathy for one and all can help in establishing peace on the earth. Love, equality, mutual understanding. These four concepts are the terms, they play vital role in this poem. This poem is completely based on these four words. Sympathy also for one and all can help in establishing peace on earth. The poet mentions that both fire and ice, poet is Robert Frost, he is mentioning, when he wrote the poem, he mentioned two words, fire and ice, can bring probable end to this world. Dear students, the probable end to this world, these two concepts or these two terms are going to play major role to finish or to diminish, to wipe up this world. How we will go through line by line and try to understand, but let us understand the concept of the poem, what this poem is going to convey or what this poem is going to provide information for us. The poet talks about how fire represents desire and can therefore be a cause of the end of the world. The word fire represents desire. Where desire? We, each and every human being, we have desire. Desire to fulfill our wishes, desire to fulfill anything which we have aimed for and we want to have for us as well as for our family members, can therefore be a cause of the end of the world, because we have desire to get at any cost or in whatever situation, and because sometimes we are unable to approach or unable to get things, we try to create problem for others, for this world. Therefore, the poet is telling here, the poet is trying to convey the message about the world destruction. He also mentions ice as a second issue. Dear students, poet says, if world is not finished with the help of fire, then the second issue is that ice, no doubt ice will diminish or wipe out this world. Symbolizes that the coldness and indifference towards one another will also be enough to bring an end to this world. Too much fire and passion can quickly consume a relationship. If too much desire and passion, these words are used by poet to finish or to consume the relationship we have with one another, while cold differences and hate can be equally destructive. Cold is indifference. That means we all have indifference with regarding every single human being. So in that case, the cold is symbolizing indifference, and the hate is symbolizing the destructive. Dear students, fire and ice. Fire is desire and ice is hate. When you have fire in you, when you have positive spirit or negative spirit, that symbolizes fire. And when you have hate towards one another, you hate others, or you have some type of arrogant attitude towards others, that symbolizes cold. Further in the lines we are going to study, dear students, I will be telling you about this words AB, AB, AA and BC, BE. Later on when we finish the poem, I would be explaining you what is it and why did I put at the end of the word this type of alphabet. The stanza first says, some say the world will end in fire, and I told you the fire symbolizes desire. So if we are having too much desire to achieve something, certainly it won't support, it won't help us. Of course, in a positive manner it will help us, but then at any cost we want to achieve anything, at any cost we want to make the things ours. In such a situation, it would be negative spirit, or it would lead towards the destruction. It would help the world to be destructed. So in that way, poet is saying, some say. Poet is not saying here, poet heard, therefore he is just favoring or just trying to convey the information what the poem is going to explain to you, to us. So he says, and in a fire, some say in ice, and ice is, that means hate. We hate each other, maybe because of indifferences, or maybe because of likes and dislikes. Maybe there are certain reasons we do not like people and we start hating, or we hate them. So from what I have tasted of desire, poet says he have tasted, that means he has observed, poet has observed the desire, desire means fire. I hold with those who favor fire, and poet is also here very authentically or very nicely, or in a position he can agree, or he is accepting that I accept or I hold, it means I am in favor of fire. Fire is the object which is going to destroy this whole world because of desire. We people are having desire to achieve, to get anything, and also beyond that we too have power to destroy this world, because human mind is a very powerful and it is unstoppable. It cannot stop, it cannot be controlled by one single person, because he or she plays or reacts in every situation differently, and therefore the human mind or the power they have, they can destroy, whether it is a desire or cold or ice. Word meaning, it says desire means wish, hold, to take side or favor, incline towards. So the meaning of these 4 lines, of course we understand there are 9 lines of poem, 9 lines, but the 4 lines are explaining in this way. The second stanza says, you can see the fire and cold ice both together may be supporting each other to stand up, but they are playing major role in this poem. Stanza second says, but if it had to perish twice. Dear students, poet says, if the world is not destructed or the world is not finished by the help of fire, then the second chance is there. Second chance is there. Second chance means what? It can be finished, it can be destructed with the help of ice, and that means hatred. We hate. People fight for different differences. People fight for the religion. People fight for the indifferences. So many reasons are there among us. We fight for certain reasons and try to end this world in this way or that way, whether it is a fire or whether it is a ice, whether it is a desire or whether it is a hate. We are there to play the role to destroy this world, to finish this world. I think, poet says, I think I know enough of hate. Poet is very much familiar with the desire as well as he is also familiar with hate. He says, as far as he knew about hate and fire, to say that for destruction ice is also great. Yes, if the world is finished with the help of ice, that is also great. That means he is favoring or he is in favor of both the terms. First time it is somehow it is left out undestructive, then second time with the help of ice it would be destructed or it would be finished, and world would suffice. Suffice means the meaning says perish, die, of course suffice. Be sufficient. Be sufficient means of course with the help of ice also it can be finished, and the ice also is sufficient to finish this world. Destruction means wiping out. So the poem of 9 lines is really playing great role to make us understand the end of the world. Because of the desire, because of the hate, the world will get finished one day, and the course will be counted in our favor or will be counted as a human being. Dear students, next we are going to discuss about the figure of speech, because poet applies certain figure of speech to complete each and every line, because the poem itself speaks something and it gives a complete meaning to understand, whether it is a symbolizing, alliteration, many figure of speech is being used to complete this poem. Figure of speech यहाँ पर rhyme speech, rhyme scheme. Okay, first of all, rhyme scheme. This poem consists of 9 lines. They have rhyming such as A, B, B, C, B, C, A. How? I'll go back and just try to make you understand. You can see here, A here, fire, and again ice. That means A, B, B, A here, rhyming fire, ice, desire. And next line is fire twice. Okay, A, and then all these are counted. like this: fire, desire, fire. And then also here you would notice, yes, till there. And next lines are like ice, twice, ice, twice, ice. Or next one is also suffice. These are B, rhyming. We find their rhyming. Then C, you will also notice hate and great. These are also the words used at the end of every line. We find some rhyming words. So, rhyming in it. Next says anaphora. Anaphora is used here, the repetition of words in lines which starts with the consecutive words, such as first two lines begin with a sum. You can just see sum, and also this is used. It means the consecutive words, sum, conjunction, and then conjunctive. We use these words in the form of conjunction or wherever conjunctions required in the sentences. So therefore these words are known as conjunctive, and the word begins with this type of words, they are known as anaphora. Second says, third, C, enjambment. Now enjambment means what? Two or more sentences continue with the punctuation. Without punctuation is called enjambment. Lines 7, 8 and 9 we will find. You can go through the lines 7, 8 and 9. To say that for destruction ice is also great and without suffice. No punctuation mark. So this type of line continues without punctuation marks, they are known as enjambment. Next says alliteration. Repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line. For example, some say the world will end. A repetition of the consonant sounds. S, then S, W and then W. These words are used, the words are beginning with the consonant sound, and therefore here we find alliteration. In fire, and again here some say in ice. Here also the consonants. Words are beginning with the consonant sound, some and say. So wherever we find the words, they are beginning with the consonant or consonant alphabet, we will call them that this is the sound of alliteration or this is alliteration. E, assonance, repetition of vowel sounds. Lines 5, I sound is very prominent. Okay, in the lines 5, 4 and 6 lines, you will come to know 5, 4, okay, 4 line also I is there, then I is there. This is a prominent sound used often in the lines, therefore these are known as assonance. Okay, the single sound is used often, and therefore which sound is known as assonance. And then also dear, you will go and try to understand O sound is also often used here. You can see here no and enough and of, and again here 2 and 4, and these are the words used often, and therefore this sound is known as assonance. The last we have here value based questions. Dear students, I hope you would have understood whole poem, because whole poem is speaking about hate and desire. We understand this is a symbolic poem because two symbols are given, hate and also fire. Desire, the fire is symbolizing desire, and cold, ice is desiring, symbolizing fire. This cold, and that is hate. So I have given some questions with regarding this poem. You need to break your mind and try to understand what does it say. Should we be arrogant, angry and very unsocial for anything? Give your own answer, because these terms are going to help us to understand ourselves, this world, the people, because we finally play a role in the society, maybe daughter, son, father or any officers or anybody. So these are the terms, they are going to help us to improve ourselves, to improve our habits, to improve our bad ideas. So try to understand, why does poet say with regarding world to diminish twice? You need to understand also, you need to think here. The poet is just telling us that if world is left out because the fire was not capable to finish, then there is a second chance. With the help of ice, that means with the help of hate, the world will get finished, the world will get over one day. Thank you very much.